what's the date today?
24th.
This is the March 24th at Ghanda's house, and we are having a delicious brunch. And
New Orleans style.
Miles has to show off his fresh fade. Okay. Yeah, Miles. Okay, thank you very much. But this is a wonderful brunch cooked by Uncle Johnson and Uncle Nelson and Aunt Moselle. And they have fixed, let's see, let me zoom in on some of this stuff. They got delicious, great big thing of chitlins. And let's see, chitlins and coffee cake, all kinds of delicious, oh, here's the delicious rice with shrimp creole, yummy, that is so good.
Excuse me.
We got one here.
Let's see,
Put it right here. I have to sit right here because Mom's put me. Mom, sit. What happened? Mom, sit right here. Uncle Johnson. What is?
Okay, you guys.
Oh, people sit next to me.
all this
Thank you,
delicious
Uncle
food.
Johnson.
Okay.
Wash my hands.
And here is Uncle Johnson. He has fixed all of this delicious food. He made the shrimp creole enough for 20 people. Uncle Johnson, what's up? Tell us, what is this occasion that you have decided to honor us with your delicious cooking?
Guess.
Huh?
Just guess.
Just guess?
Guess. G-U-E-S-T.
Oh.
Have some plates over. We need another plate here.
Well, Uncle Johnson, would you be willing to share your...
Don't bring me a spoon, Valerie.
How many more you need?
Some of these settings don't count.
Yes? Well,
You better get on in here.
let us know.
Get on in here.
I'll write it out.
Oh, all right. How long did it take you to fix it?
Quite a while because I had cleaned it.
Oh. Now, in cleaning the shrimp, what did you have to do? Peel it?
It's some kind of vein and I had to take out.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, it certainly looks delicious. And we are delighted that you've done this. And we love you desperately.
Ah, yeah.
All right. Well, let me see. There's Aunt Moselle. Hi, Aunt Moselle.
What you do? Put potatoes in there. That's it.
And what did you cook, Aunt Moselle? Uh-huh.
She said I
I can't hear you. I'm going to turn it off until... Cranberry salad? Yummy.
That's it.
Oh, boy. That sounds delicious.
It's on your plate. It's right here.
I'll just put
I don't know if there's enough light for you to see.
steak sauce on some of that maggot one more
Yeah, the
time.
light's better now, but I'm turning away
You
from
better get him a full spoon this next time.
There's Uncle George, Connie.
Don't take my fork. That's your fork. You tried that last week.
Somebody throw some rice on that, please. Your fork taste from about 2 spoons.
Clara.
Another one.
There's something else in this page.
It wasn't one of mine.
What's her name?
I sent one of mine in Raven Place.
Raven? Put a little cup spoonful of that Creole.
Over your rice on
Because I'm playing on
on the
sweat.
plate.
I thought you were going to say
Anyway, I'm making one. That's good.
Did you help Uncle Johnson?
But Dick, I didn't know you dealt with chicken.
I don't need chickens.
Oh, I thought you said you did shrimp.
No, I'm just talking about if cut back on that onion thing.
see what
Yeah, I
I
want to come back right here. I get mine the first time. I don't have to come back for a second.
George, while you stand up, would you mind putting a little of that?
Okay, sure
slow,
will.
No, slow now. I got that.
Oh, slow.
Slow.
Okay.
On there.
I got it. Okay.
Because that'd be hard
Good with it.
Okay, right on there. That's
Right
good.
there?
Yeah.
Going slow.
Okay.
Well, I got it.
While you're dishing.
Sure. You want more now?
No, it's good.
I'll do a little more here.
Any more ice cream? Anybody need ice?
Put it over here so both of y'all can get it.
That's homemade slow.
You got both? Okay. She's scared.
Just pass that spoon over. Okay.
Well, I don't know whether y'all knew Marco Gano, but he would
Hold
always
your
say,
plate. Hold your plate.
eat
Hold
hard.
your plate over there.
Okay, George.
Eat hard.
Yeah.
You kept looking around trying to figure out which one was hard.
Okay.
Uncle George,
Uh-huh.
Uncle George, have some bread.
Yeah.
Why are you leaning over there?
So that's how you keep your thin girlish figure. You just take pictures of everybody eating.
No, I'm getting ready to get on in there. Just make sure you save me some.
I'm only going to harass maybe one or two things.
Well, how are you feeling today, Dickie? How are you feeling?
I feel fine. I'm fine.
Oh,
I
bread.
just got a chance to get up
2 pieces. 1 piece.
bright and early this morning. I guess it must have been on my mind. Stop moving. Excuse me.
Bigger. You guys stayed up all night cooking this.
Is this what you're going to get the recipe for me for?
You got yours?
Okay.
I don't either.
Hey, none of us do. Hey, not all this, Vicky.
When I'm lucky, I'm not even up to early in the morning. Just so I can get past here.
Did you want some bread?
I told Uncle Johnson to bring this shrimp over, and I thought over at my house. He didn't trust me.
Do it this
I said it right out
morning.
here.
Keep an eye on it for him.
Dump it in there.
Huh?
Use your spoon in there.
Here's a place for you, Ghanda. Here's a place for you.
All right, no problem.
Well, get on in here then.
I'm playing wants coffee or not. Moselle, you want to?
No thanks.
Okay.
That might have been for dessert, huh?
I think I'm going to take my dessert now. You know I told you that.
Well, you know, let's see, CBA.
No, I won't go right now. But I got that senior citizen ticket,
Which
and I've used it before. Before it due.
Right.
Right. Before the middle of right now, so I was trying to make up my mind when would I use it. Boys want me to come out, so I'll just go around there. Because I'm going anywhere I want to go with it.
Where do they live now?
It's called LA.
Matt's on the, is he on the road?
Yeah, Matt's on the road. But his number, his address is out there.
Pretty good.
Matt's address is out there. His address is with the little boy. The little boy's mother.
What is Matt doing on the road?
That's where his address is.
In a play.
Oh, okay.
She's got plenty of homework all the time.
I thought you knew that.
So it's
Well, I heard one time or something, he was here once, wasn't he?
Yeah, they hit
He been here twice.
When he was in Chicago.
He was here at
Not too long ago.
right here
Yeah,
at Wallace's.
Right.
Yeah.
But I mean, didn't he come through the summer last month or something in a play?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's what I thought I heard about it. But then,
Well, this play was in, what, Chicago? Yeah, it was in Chicago. And they got there
That was her thing.
3 days before the play started. They got there at the beginning of the week, so he decided, well, I'll just rent a car and run down, stay a couple of nights. You know, so that's what he did.
What's the name of that?
Well, he gets A's and B's.
Barbershop.
Yeah, well,
Beauty shop.
Beauty shop.
Until she got
Not the
over
one he
that.
went in
But
before.
since she's
Yeah, they're still the same one. They're still running big.
They just travel all over.
They travel all, they go everywhere.
Different states
And,
for so long.
That man explain it. You just busy.
I'm talking to you.
You just busy. You try to listen to me and you explain it to me. They travel all around. People look up shows. Jelly travel.
Yeah, I'm talking
until they start not making any money, then they just back them. And maybe if somebody picks them up, they'll get into something else. Or something. If somebody picks them up, maybe somebody don't pick them up.
Tell Gip about it, Moselle.
I'll let you tell him about this time.
Tell Gip about it, Moselle.
Well, he said he's got a hand in a lot of things by being in New York more than anything else. They go back and forth to New York all the time. And he's supposed to have days. He has done several voice-on voices, you know. And he also does the voice in the when he announces the play when it's coming on. And he's a clown, and then he's a Frenchman. Right. So he does quite a bit in this play. He is really a clown. I didn't know that Negro could act a fool. So. But I should have known it. I don't know why. Oh, honey. He is such a clown. That Negro, I'm telling you, he is a clown.
Did he do an actor scholar?
Huh? No, he took no act.
Just natural.
No acting.
Natural like, look. Natural like somebody else I
One of
know.
them fortune cookies over there.
Donnie.
One of them had them hid over there.
Donnie.
Yeah, I can't catch.
Now let's see who's fortune.
Give them
Yeah,
Donnie.
Let me see what my
John.
fortune says. This one.
Oh, she left. You want one? You guys better come in and get your fortune cookie.
Fortune already has fortune.
Oh, there it is.
This is beautiful.
Man, it's stuck.
Seem like cranberries.
Y'all got your glasses so you read those? Papa, I don't have mine. Let me see.
I hope this is right. Among the lucky, you are the chosen one. Yes, you are, man. Oh, my.
Yeah, you
I got one.
know,
Single kind word. We keep one warm.
yeah, you.
Nelson, that's this.
No.
Papa, you want a fortune cookie?
Everything has beauty, but not everyone sees it.
Oh, okay.
Miles here.
You're implying that my pop has problems with his eyesight.
He was taking pictures earlier, calling everybody ugly.
Don't talk too rough about your pop because you might not cook the dish like us again. Let it be happy. We're gonna let it be happy.
What did you say? What did you say?
We're gonna let it be happy.
Nigga told me.
And he cooked the dish here last
A single
meeting
kind word.
last month. And so chop suey.
You don't want nobody
Right.
to
A single kind word
I'm not overlooking
will keep one warm for years. Okay?
Remember
Remember that.
I'm not overlooking the fact that
You will conquer all
days are real.
Yeah, right.
Hey, you know what? I was at Tanya's house yesterday. Babies. You know how you talk to babies and stuff?
Yeah.
And I
I
said,
thought you can go yourself. I was gonna say you really can go.
he hasn't called you ugly yet.
Poor little crying child. Won't be long.
Tina was the one. Tina cried.
Yo, goodness.
That's what my little girl is that. Good that look, next thing you know, tears started running down my eyes. I had to apologize to her. I told her, I said, you look like my sister Margaret. She was beautiful.
That's
So I had
right.
to take that back.
Now, Carmen got you when you were picking at her when she was little. And she said, I don't want no more of that.
No, but what happened was, she was messing with me, and I was eating a piece of candy or something, and she turned around, I called her ugly or something, and threw that paper, hit her on the head. That little piece of paper, she turned around, looked, she quit speaking to me for years.
And she's only 4.
Yeah.
She just started back to speaking. For at least a couple of years, yeah. Yeah, I said, get on out here with your little ugly self. Took a piece of paper and it just hit on the platter there. Not enough to touch her, but then she felt it. Put her hand up there and turned around and looked at me all crazy. Get on out here with your little ugly self.
Y'all was stopping my few babies. I told them all of them to stop over my house.
Now, how's he coming from? And how old is he now?
Today, bullies. This is the size of a 3-month-old baby. Big girl.
Because he was almost 10 pounds.
Oh, that's unusual. Boys always
Somebody read
Boy, the big Ralph was almost 10 pounds.
Somebody read the fortune for Robert, cause
I read
A
it.
big feet.
Sounds good to me.
Ralph had the biggest feet, and I used to keep that boy that was his shoes too big, you know.
Sounds good to me.
Oh, his feet though.
Your ingenuity and imagination will get
I
results.
started to
All right.
What's up there?
it's just keep asking so many questions get
My
resolved.
mother said,
You want to know what's in the this and what's in that. You get your box of Chef Boyardee. You look on it and tell you what's
now
in
you
there.
know me, but you can tell me.
Tell you what. Tell you what's in the macaroni helper.
Chef Boyardee can't
Did you do you still have the boxes that came in? I mean, Barry Crocker.
Moselle, I would like to congratulate you. You know that Nelson doesn't care for her. I'm going to say that.
I'm used to people like Nelson all my life.
Well, you know what?
He likes you a lot.
Well, you know what? It wouldn't be so bad if she didn't come in here. If she didn't come in and start talking about, I don't know, I made a little like I don't know whether nobody don't like it. If she hadn't started downing her food before she brought it here, I wouldn't even bother with it. And I know she didn't know what was going on when she grabbed it barehanded.
George,
That's what I thought he was.
I heard this morning here.
You was a while ago, you could show me your elbow. Sometimes they know you're going to be showing me behind your ear.
You know,
I like to do it.
The fact that something might be sick.
Getting a witness for a lawsuit.
Oh,
and I'm getting
well, I can't see it.
I'm getting a scar.
Yeah.
And that ice is supposed to
She
take
got
care
to
of it.
run and get ice to put on her
But I didn't put it on there right
hand
away.
and wrap it up in butter and all that kind of. Yeah, she didn't put on so much. I wouldn't bother her.
Next time, you're not going to be allowed to be in the kitchen. Folks do not like people signifying in the kitchen.
You left yours in there?
Well, I had to look to
On the
see.
table?
I had to look to see if my slaw was poured up correctly. Really might not know how to pour slaw.
No. Okay. I wasn't going to smoke it. Just come to me. I better ask you. You have to ask because these folks.
Did you try some of the cake or the roll, sir?
Man, listen, I'm so
These folks quit smoking.
I eat what I want.
Are worse than the folks they never smoked. The ones that
Now,
quit.
see,
And you quit yours?
listen, I said to myself, I really like to.
I'll tell you. Okay, get on.
I tasted this Castro.
I went to a party.
So I had enough.
Man.
You. I'll do better next time. I'll bring something. Tickets. Yeah, that'd be crazy. Yeah, I got little people.
Focus is back there. Let the focus spread me, Connie. The focus ain't right.
She said they didn't want to give up $500.
Better. Yeah, that's better.
So,
Okay, Connie, wait a minute, Connie.
smoke in there.
Yeah, they
Okay.
I'm not gonna wake up. I'm not gonna wake up. Ooh, you over tonight? Oh, boy.
He's fanning.
Cute lips.
He does. Take that for mommy.
Hey, how you doing?
It's what hands there.
Say bye, boy, sit down. Tanya, those are children's life.
Wait, no.
Oh, I got a couple of books. Outstanding. One is a sequence, so let's see. Okay, this is the first. Read this first.
What are these?
These are like mystery, like Lawrence Saunders. No, you wrote those 10th Commandment, First Deadly Sin, Second Deadly.
That boy tired.
Nelson is driving me crazy.
Hi, how you doing?
It could be worse. You could have to go home.
What should I ask you?
You got to say, you got to say something.
Well, I mean, don't ask me nothing too complicated, or nothing might incriminate me.
Where are you from? Are you from Cincinnati?
I came to Cincinnati when I was, well, I'll say when I was 5 years old. I ain't gonna tell you the year.
Where'd you come from?
I come from Macon, Georgia.
See, brother, did not he acted that.
How many in your family?
Well, it was 9 of us.
Really? You the baby?
I'm the baby boy.
Well, do you know where Whitesburg, Georgia is?
No, I left in Australia. Honest time I've been there. I've been there a couple of times.
It wasn't on the map.
It's on the map.
It's not on the map.
Tell us about your life in Cincinnati.
Oh, my life in Cincinnati, I was a regular Cincinnati boy. I mean, you know how.
You like White Castle?
Well,
It's part of being a Cincinnatian. You
well,
have to like.
I'm not crazy about it.
Coney?
I like Coney Island's been there.
Skyline.
Start chilling.
Skyline. Oh, yeah.
See, he's acting now.
I know. I've never seen him this quiet.
It's not a normal
She
conversation.
said she never seen that quiet. You saw that picture, didn't you? You didn't hear me there, did you?
You were eating.
Well, that's true. When I'm eating, I don't talk. I don't people have a conversation with eating. I don't. I get out of the business. Now, what else you like to do?
What else did you enjoy? What did you enjoy best that we had for breakfast?
Listen, I enjoyed it all, everything. I couldn't say one was any more enjoyable than others. The shrimps was good.
Right, you get in
The
trouble.
casserole was
You
good.
get into trouble.
And everything was beautiful.
If you specify, you get in trouble.
And the chitlins, you know, naturally the chitlins always good. So I couldn't put one over the other because it was, all of it was good, delicious.
Is there any part of your life special that you'd like to have on tape captured, you know, to preserve? Because this is forever, you know.
So any part of my life I would like to have, you know what I mean?
Or that you remember best, or that a part that you would like to talk about on tape.
That you won't be ashamed of.
Now that narrows
Happy
it down
time,
quite a
your
bit,
happy
doesn't it?
times.
Yeah, your happiest time of your life.
Well, my happiest time, I guess most people's happiest time in the adolescent years, you know, studying too much happiness after you marry and got responsibility, like it was before you had responsibility. And so I would say my happiest time was up until the time I went to Army before I married. Because, you know, I was free, no responsibility. I could come home and get my mother her part of the money, which was most of it. And I kept the others.
So would you say that responsibility was something that made your life less enjoyable?
Well, you know, it's just human nature for everybody to want less responsibility, but the results of it is not good. I mean, People should have responsibility if they want good results. Well, being human like everybody else, they want the cake and eat it too.
Oh, I see. All right.
Yeah, I was just saying, when I sang on that in my early adolescent years, no responsibility, I was happy. Every day was happy. We had a good health.
Uncle Nelson's yawning on you. He's like, ho.
In your older age, if you don't have some responsibility, you're going to suffer the consequences.
All right. Well, those are his words of wisdom.
Yeah.
Well, let's.
Uncle Nelson's turn.
Okay, since he's playing the violin over here, we're going to see what he has.
I got enough milk in his mouth, Daddy. I mean,
Okay, well, Uncle Nelson,
yes, ma'am.
why don't you let us know, tell us about yourself and about your happiest
There's
time.
nothing about myself that anyone needs to know. I'm always happy.
Well, what are you always happy about?
Stupid. Just silly.
Huh?
Just silly, that's all. Just stupid.
He said that, we didn't.
I wouldn't say that now.
When you sit around laughing all the time, you got to be silly. A stupid boy.
What you call it?
You could be happy.
Ignorance is, happiness is bliss. What you call it?
Want you again.
What you say about that? Being ignorant, being like it is bliss.
Ignorant is bliss.
No, I don't mean, well, I ain't gonna say ignorant.
Well, tell us about one of your happiest
serious.
times, Uncle Nelson.
All of them are happy.
Really? All your times are happy?
Pass it on to
All right, well, tell us about one of your most miserable times.
I don't have any. My times are happy.
Well, that's good. Ask me about those chitlins and how you taste them.
I don't know.
Give us
No comment.
Give us your recipe.
No comment.
You're talking all the other times.
Let's Betty Crocker tell you about a hamburger helper.
No comment.
And Johnny with his shrimp
No comment.
grill.
Well, now, this is your opportunity to sound so sweet, Uncle Nelson.
I got a cold. I've been thick.
Tell us about one of them times you ran away from home and jumped on the train.
Forgot all about it.
Now, come on.
It's in the past.
Everybody was looking for you. Where were you?
Today and tomorrow
How
only.
was it?
Where were you, Uncle Nelson?
Today and tomorrow
They
only.
they were looking for you, and you had gone and jumped on the train, Holborn.
Anywhere from 13 years up.
And where'd you go?
Everywhere.
And what do you remember about that? Do you love those memories?
Keep my chuck get on.
Huh? What you do? I'm really interested.
What's in the past? What's in the past is gone.
Well, tell us about it. Remember it on up.
And how
Can't
long
do it.
was he gone?
Too long, too many happy days.
Why did you do that?
See what's on the other side of the road.
And what was on the other side of the road?
Same thing on this side.
Now that's interesting.
The grass is just as green on one side as the other.
All right.
One Betty Crocker box got the same recipe. I like it to go now.
I guess you better find out about Aunt Moselle's.
Yeah, see about
I
casserole.
can't think of nothing to say.
Yeah, we'll talk about your casserole.
Well,
No. How many boxes of Betty Crocker did you have to open to get that particular recipe?
I use spaghetti. I use a box of spaghetti.
How many recipe boxes did you have to open up? Let
Just
me
one.
interrogate her.
One box.
So you were lucky enough to get the recipe on the first box.
What did I do? I fixed it just like chili. You brown your hamburger and your onions and mushroom. And you cook your spaghetti separately. And then you mix it up with your sauce. And
But you got to
then
make the sauce, don't you?
Betty Crocker took care of that.
Oh, you bought a can of Betty Crocker sauce. It was a Chef Boyardee pizza sauce.
I'm not telling my secrets.
I don't blame you. So next thing you know,
And I mix it all together and I baked it with cheese.
No, taking that.
And that's it.
Done.
Now you want to know about that other stuff?
Bring me ice cream.
what other stuff?
Well, now tell us about some of your happiest moments at
You
Moselle
say that.
in your life.
My happy time?
Yeah.
My happy time is when I'm spending money. That's my happy
I can
time.
identify with that.
That's my happy
I saw a
time.
bumper sticker that said, "A woman's place is in the mall."
right. I go along with that.
You care to ask any questions, sir?
Thank you, honey.
And that's it.
All
And
right.
that salad I made, I had 2 of them. What did I do with that?
Would you care to
Cranberry
interrogate some,
sauce.
sir?
I had put pineapples in there. I grated apples.
Oh, her.
I grated an apple. I put pineapple juice in it and mixed that up with cranberry sauce. And I let it gel overnight. And then the next day I put ready whip and pineapple, crushed pineapple, and mixed it and put it on top. And I think that's all.
Well, that sure was delicious.
Thank you.
3 fat pans for you.
And that's the end of my story.
I will leave it at our original drop.
Okay, turn them up now. Where you going?
I got it turned up in pen.
Hello.
When you
All right, Uncle Nelson, we'll see you later.
All right, now.
Love you.
Same here. What you say, baby?
when you bring that up,
I must be going too.
when you gonna get your pants?
Oh, well, I'll leave it at my drop.
Okay.
Yeah, we got a special drop we leave
Oh,
thing.
okay.
All right. Now there's Uncle John.
Going also.
Oh, well, we can get you
I really did enjoy myself as usual.
good, good,
And
good.
when can I see?
Well, Uncle Johnson, how you feeling?
Oh, pretty good.
Well, why don't you tell us about your happiest moments in life?
Miss Mordell,
Well, my life seemed to
after all
have
said and done, I enjoyed it very well.
been somewhat on an even keel.
It was big.
I,
seeing you all.
Really haven't had too many real happy moments, or neither have I had any real bad times. I just seem to go along. I've attempted to be even-tempered about most things. So consequently, life in itself has
Hey,
been,
Goldie? Yes. I'll try to make it tomorrow. You gonna be home?
not.
Well,
I haven't really had too many problems.
Yeah, 'cause I don't know what time I'll be.
And
Okay.
Okay, though.
most of the
All right,
problems
babe.
that I've had, I really haven't had
Say ugly back.
to put out too much of an effort in solving.
My pumpkin.
So I think that
My pumpkin stomach.
I really haven't had too many exciting things.
Now, I wouldn't say that. I've heard some of your stories, Uncle Johnson.
And
Like
I've
the
heard-
lady on the curve.
Like, what about the lady on the curb?
Lady on the curb. I don't know that one.
What about the lady on the curb?
well, this happened one day when I was going to work, and at this particular time I was supposed to be at work at 5 a.m. So as I was going out, it was pretty dark, and I happened to be driving in a little rather narrow street,
So listen,
and I happened to
I
look
enjoy
over
myself. And I see
at some houses, and I saw this real old lady sitting on the step. So it was terribly cold that morning, and I said something must be wrong with her, assuming that she lived in the house where she was sitting on these steps, thinking that maybe she might have slipped and fallen. And so I stopped with the intentions of giving her a hand back into her house. So when I approached her, okay,
See ya.
she said,
Take care.
I asked her, can I give you a hand? And she says, yes. So I proceeded to help her up and attempted to turn her around to carry her into her house. And she says, oh no, I don't live here. I said, oh, you don't? She said, no. She says, I live around the corner. So I said, well, you better come on and get in the car where it's nice and warm at. And I said, no, I'll carry you to where you live at. So she says, okay. So she gets in the car. So I went to the corner and turned the corner, looking for where she lived at. So as I'm driving along, she hasn't told me to stop. So I said, where?
Hold on, Uncle Johnson.
So I said, look, I said, aren't we getting close to your house? So she said, oh yes. She said, just a little farther. So I drove a little farther. And finally, I asked her again. And I discovered that she lived in Louisville, Kentucky. So now I have her in the car. Now I have to try to find some way to get rid of her without just abandoning her on the street. So I drove around to a post office where I formerly worked at, knowing that they would be open in the back room to receive mail. So I stopped in and I asked the superintendent, who I formerly worked for, and told him what the situation was. Then could I leave this lady there? And would he get in touch with the authorities and let them know what the situation was? So he told me, no, I couldn't leave with it, because he didn't know what to do with it. So I said, well, okay. So then I happened to think that we were on Hamilton and Cedar Avenue, and I happened to think that, or remember, that up on Galbraith Road, going west on Galbraith Road from Hamilton Avenue, there was a police station. So I thought that maybe I could get some results there. So I went to this police station, and I pulled around the back and I knocked on the door, and finally someone came. So I told him what my situation was and the lady that I had with me. So he said, well, I really don't know what to tell you. I said, well, can't you take this lady and notify the authorities that that you have her? I said, because I really don't know what to do with her. So they said, well, okay. And in the meantime, another fella come out of the police station who she confused with being one of her insurance agents in Louisville, Kentucky. So, well, the end to the story, they decided that they would take the lady off of my hands. They also told me that she was probably one of the inmates from the mental institution down on Hamilton Avenue. Mm-hmm. And I asked them, would they take her and notify of the mental institution, because after all, this lady didn't have on anything but a gown. So they said they would, and then the guy advised me, or he told me, that now in the future, you should know not to pick up these strays that you see laying around. I said, well, I said, by nature, I said, I'm just understanding person, and it would just be impossible for me to pass up anyone. And I said, and I would probably do it again. And with that, they accepted the lady, and then I proceeded on to my job. which I was an hour late.
So all this took about an hour?
Yeah.
It took an hour for
Yeah.
you to get rid of this woman?
Yeah.
Nobody wanted her.
Did she ever say thank you or?
No, because she was confused.
Uh-huh.
And she really didn't know, I don't think, that I had done her a favor.
Mm-hmm. She was still expecting you to take her home.
I guess she must have thought that she was in Louisville.
Mm-hmm.
And it turned out that she was an inmate or a patient of the sanatorium down on Hamilton Avenue. And then I discovered later on that the place is loosely supervised, and these people walk off from this place quite often. And to me, in a sense, that was one of the high points, in a way, in my life, because I felt that if I hadn't picked this lady up, it was cold enough that she might have froze. And even though that I knew that whatever I did, as far as she was concerned, I felt that I did the right thing. And I would do it again.
Great.
And that's the end of it. Never heard of her again.
He said, "Can I
But
help
these
you?"
people
She said,
do
"Yeah."
walk away from this place quite often.
I used to work in the
And this particular
nursing home when
morning,
they did that, but
the
not
temperature was about 20. And it was a funny thing. This was a house that was at least 100 feet from the street, with there were 2 steps that went down to the street, and a long walkway, which made me feel as if though at the time that she had probably come out to get a paper and didn't see it, and I probably had fell. And you finally answered my call. Yeah. It's nice talking to you.
Now, I remember when Butch was born.
You do?
Wasn't that one of your happiest moments, too, Uncle Johnson?
Yes.
He was a little bitty baby. I remember when he was a little bitty baby.
I told Gibb, I said, that's our baby next to that little cute one.
But
Oh no! Next to the little cute one.
I really haven't
Little girl. She
had
was
too
big
many.
and pretty.
Okay. I haven't had too many real, well, there's a lot of things that I have had to happen to me in my life that I don't think my wife would appreciate me talking about it.
Okay, we'll have to interview you again when she's not here.
It'll be on tape, though. It'll be on tape so that we can blackmail it.
Yeah, and we can get, Well, Uncle Johnson, how's Butch doing?
Butch appears to be at the age where he's very secretive. And I think that his idea of being a man is to be independent and not really needing any input in his life from his parents. So there are times when my wife and I, we really don't know how Butch is doing. But he appears to be getting along pretty good. He doesn't give us any problems. And I think now, within the last 5 or 6 months, I think that he is now in the process of actually becoming a man.
All right.
And I am, in a way, quite proud of him for this. But the other portions in my life, I really wouldn't care to discuss them at this time.
You mean you don't want to talk about the lady with the red dress on?
Curious now. Yes.
Lady with the red dress.
He got real quiet there, didn't he?
No, I don't know about
Lisa?
Lisa with the Y. She writes and
Truth
says,
is coming out.
she writes and says, I miss you. Have you been sick? You know, she got it.
Well,
you know, she had his address
let me
because
try
No, let's not put him on the spot.
Let me try to explain
she
that.
works on
No.
Saturday. I
This
will
is
go over there
different
on
from the woman who's at the cleaners, right?
Yeah. Let's see, what is her name?
Is she the one with the red dress?
Go to the cleaners. But this one did. She really sent him cards. I miss you.
Basically, I don't know whether people have really tried to, or even attempted to say, what's to this guy? Now, what I think about myself is, basically, I'm a hell of a nice guy.
Yeah, I think so too. Hey, Uncle Johnson, while I got you on tape
Wait
here.
and let me finish.
All right, all right.
Now, this little thing that Moselle is talking about Lisa.
I know
Who
you
works
give
at the
Lisa
Y?
some change for Christmas. You know, they give all of them change.
The Y, to me, I bought my membership. I think it's a nice place. I think the personnel there are very nice. And they're constantly begging for contributions. And since that I have so little financially to contribute, that whatever I think that I do want to contribute is that I would like to contribute it to the health. So what I do on Christmas, there are 5 of them that I come in contact with. So, and they work there, and I know that they're not being paid that much. So I give them each $10 each for a Christmas present. Now that's the extent of my association with Lisa and Belinda and 3 men. So consequently, by, I would say that maybe I might be the only one that possibly gives them something for Christmas from the Y, the members. And I think that they remember me for that. Now.
Well, Uncle Johnson, you always made me feel like $1 million. I know that.
Why, thank you.
But I wanted to ask you, while I have you on tape here, in front of all these people, Who is your best friend?
You.
Now, you all got that? You got that, everybody? I want you to, yeah. I got it on tape. I got it on tape now.
That's not what you told
And
me.
Now, what did you tell me the other
Uncle
night?
Jackson, who's the movie star of the family?
The movie star that I recognized when she was around 5 or 6, I saw the potential there. And I always thought that talent has missed her calling because I feel as if though that she should be in California right now.
All right.
Who was the nice one?
There was a little old girl who stayed at my house for about 2 days who decided at that time that she wanted a swimming suit made for her.
Bikini.
So I proceeded to make one, which turned out to be a bikini. And I think that our mother refused to let her wear it.
I pictured myself in that too.
Girl is named Connie. Then I had another one who stayed at my house for a couple days, who I thought at that time was about the ugliest who I'd ever seen in my life. Who has now turned out to be quite a beauty. And that little old girl name is Tanya.
And that's the one that you love the most. Forget best friend, forget movie star,
Well,
forget niceness.
it was hard. It was then, and it is hard now to separate the three of them.
Diplomatic.
I love you all. Thank you very much.
And we love you too, Uncle Jackson.
Well, we'll take that.
I had to confess to Uncle Johnson that when he got married to Aunt Moselle, I was jealous.
I was too. I was too.
I remember he used to come and get us in that pink car, whatever he had.
Well, Ghanda, where are you? Huh? All right, why don't you tell us a few of the happiest times in your life? You why don't you go on and leave me? Connie will bring me home.
Oh, okay.
Because she's my best friend.
She would get me to do anything. I would eat hot sauce to be your best friend.
All right, let's ask Ghanda all these questions while we got her. Yeah, we got the tape roll.
Who's your favorite daughter?
All right, guys.
Really try to put her on the spot.
Well, you know, I've been enjoying these interviews you've been doing.
Oh, yeah. Boy, it's going in long story now.
And never really planned to participate.
Well, what made you think you were going to get off the hook?
Well, I don't know.
Because you went and got me a chair?
Yes. Because I'm a helper.
I heard you singing on the other tape.
No, you didn't.
So tell us about some of your happy moments of your life.
So my happiest times, I would suppose, have been when you children were born. You were my first, and that was special for us in Philadelphia.
Oh, yes.
All right, Connie.
And then Connie was born at the time that your father had his first job, and we moved to Flint, Michigan, and life was really starting again for us with a little money and a new home and nice people and Flint, Michigan.
The train whistle.
And the train whistle. I heard a train this morning, close to 5 o'clock, and I was wondering what train that was because I think Connie and I have something together in feeding her during night feedings and early morning feedings. in Flint that we heard the trains go by. And those train whistles seemed, especially for us. And so Connie has something in her memory bank about trains, and I guess I do too. And every time I hear a train go through, I always think about Connie.
About nursing her.
And I had this warm, secure, comforting feeling like,
and then Tanya was born when we were in Iran, and that was a very different experience too. And very, very anxious to have our third child, with long discussions about whether we really needed a boy in the family, and if this third child should be a boy. And I said, no.
Captain Hook.
Yes.
That's what I wanted to name her.
And Connie wanted to name her Captain Hook. But I wanted another girl. And I think I've been very blessed to have 3 girl children. And I really love it that as adults that we have so many things in common. And I really appreciate you girls and love you all very much. Very excited about our new baby, Robert Anthony, who is my 6th grandchild. 3 boys and 2 girls. So I think that you girls are very special to me. You make my life very full. Now we have a young mother here today who should be interviewed.
Oh. Well, wait a minute, Ghanda, before you go. Now think about it a minute. If this was your last day on Earth, what would you want to leave us with?
That's deep.
That's really...
Is that too deep?
In one sentence.
Yeah.
Well, you know, I really think that everybody really should take time to stop their lives, stop the world and get off, and assess where you are, what's going on in your life. And I think you will find that there will be some things which are basic things, and that has to do with family and love and watching children grow, and to assess where we're going ourselves at this point, rather than to simply react to the dailiness of life and to be busy with it. If we don't step back and look at what we're doing, then I think we're just doing daily stuff without understanding what the true meaning of it is. And some of the things that are most important to us are also the things that bring us fatigue. The
kids.
What did she say?
The kids on your last nerve.
Some of the things that are most important to us are the things that bring us fatigue and they get on our nerves. And that would be our children and the special adult relationships that we have. And if we don't really stop the world and get off and take a look at that, what we realize is what we need to do is rest. Take a break from it. But we do not want to be doing anything other than what we're doing. That's what I always found, and that's what I hope that you would find. But I think with the rest comes a new appreciation of wanting to do exactly what you're doing. Deal with children, maintaining your homes, growing yourself, and after you've had a rest, you're ready to go back to it and give it new vigor.
Well, you've always been the kind of person that gets so much energy or satisfaction from helping others. And that's been what you've pretty much based your whole life around, is helping other people. Where'd that come from?
Well, Uncle Johnson says the same thing. And I would suppose that we were raised in a home where that was simply a daily routine of helping other people. And we often had to share whatever we had with people who were less fortunate than us. And we would sacrifice as children when my mother decided to help someone else. And we simply became aware of that as a part of life. And we continue to do that. And I would certainly hope that you young people think about yourselves is important. You have to do that. But I think that basically, if you're thinking about others and what you can do to help, then the negative things that may be happening in our lives become less important because you're doing something for someone. And I've seen that in all of you. And I appreciate the fact that that's a part of who you are.
You've helped us to become that and recognize that.
Well, Ghanda, we love you.
I was going to say that one of the things that I read at one time was the definition of poverty was when you were too poor to help the poor.
How about you people like a little ice cream or something now?
Why don't you sit in that chair and get interviewed?
Oh no. Oh no. I'm nervous. I'm too nervous. I've never been before a camera before. I don't know what to say. Let's see the script.
Pull up the cards.
Well, Uncle George, what has been some of your happiest moments in life?
Happiest moments.
And what would you leave us with, you know, on camera that we have of you to preserve for eternity?
Well, for eternity, if it lasts that long. Well, I can remember some of our special holiday gatherings where we had everyone together enjoying all the good eats and all the good love amongst us and everything. But especially our trip to Philadelphia, or what was the name of that? A little quaint town. Oh, Media. Where we're all together in our little car just moving down the road, and we stopped and overnight at our campsites and cooked out and going to mom's and having everybody, all the family. So that was a great good time in my acquaintance here, and so I always remember that. Anything else?
Well,
anything else you want to know?
Any words of wisdom?
What happened last night? I'm not going to tell you.
Yeah, we want to know about that. All the details. How about, why don't you tell us the story of each one of these tattoos you got on your arm, like that one?
Oh.
It's called
Well, when I first came in the Navy, I was just a fresh recruit, and one night all the salts took me over in town, and they says, if you're going to run with us and be a sailor, you're going to have to get branded. So, this started my tattoos, and I got this one, the first one, and I had it dedicated to my mother. See, her name is Ruth, and it's up here. Then, I guess from the time to time and all the other places as I went, I seemed to add another tattoo here and another tattoo there. So I guess.
Show us the one on your chest.
Have you got a great big one on your chest or something?
Nah.
Oh. Well, Uncle George, we sure enjoy you as part of our family. We love you. And, well, anything else you can think of, or words of wisdom that you would like to leave with us?
I think if we all keep up this good spirit and togetherness and keep in contact and helping each other and loving each other, I think this will go on forever, and we'll all be happy and share some rewards of our effort to trying to make everyone happy.
All right. Thank you, Uncle George.
Don't print that.